yeah, so I just wanted to show you whilst I'm a patient here at the hospital. So as you can see, this is Central Middlesex Hospital, and most importantly, I wanted to show you the urgent treatment centre that they've got here, which is like, it's just like their A&E really, isn't it? And which we're not allowed to go to, you know. We're not allowed to go there. So otherwise, yeah, this is where I am. I think I'm going to take you down to the hallway with me to tell you where I am exactly. So basically, for those that haven't been here before, I'll show you where we are, where they've moved to, yeah? So don't forget, this is Central Middlesex Hospital, and St Mark's have moved into here. But I'll take you around to St Mark's and show you actually St Mark's Hospital too, actually, before I take you to the ward. I'll show you that. So yeah. But basically, yeah, so this is where we've moved the entire hospital to St Mark's. So when you want your appointments, this is where you come. So here, this is where they come, St Mark's here. The outpatients is here. So it's the outpatients appointment here. You see that there. So that's that. So basically, I just want to show you. The. Try not to get anyone's faces in it. So remember, this is Central Middlesex Hospital, and we're just obviously sharing. We've got that part in it, and also we've got a ward within this hospital too, which is Roundwood Suite, and that's the ward that they're on for the St Mark's patients. I'll just show you how you get there now. She's here. This is where you come for the stone. This part here is where you come and you've got this part.
What do you think? What do you think I'm not proper like that? No? What do you think? It's embarrassing. You know it's embarrassing.
And then down here, we've got the wards. This is where they are here. So it's an intestinal rehabilitation unit. You can see there. You can see here.
Sorry, thank you.
That's okay. Sorry. Thank you. So this is the ward itself. Right, so can we have a little look here? I'll show you a bit here. So you've got some empty beds in there. Some empty beds there. See? It's empty, empty, empty. Oh, some of them are empty. So yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, I'm here now at St Mark's, Central Middlesex Hospital, ROUNDWOOD suite, and so basically they're just going to do what they need to do. See, this is what's so upsetting as well, right? So you know, I went through all I went through at the other hospital, but you know, like when you come here, you kind of it just you're overwhelmed, and it's so upsetting because as soon as you come here, of course your team is here. They know exactly what to do. They got all the fluid running through. You don't need to tell them. They just get on with it because you're their patient. You know, they have the experts that came in and put the line in, and it was one time, just one shot, and it was done. So you see what I'm saying about how important it is about about having access to them, which is impossible, right? If they're based here, and you don't have entry here, you know what happens to your patients in the meantime, St Mark's. That worries me, like I always say. Of course it worries me. I mean, so some people may think, well, you know, you're here now, things have been sorted out. Well, yeah, but what about the next time? It's not a case of, oh, you know, no, we're going to have another time. We're going to have another time. And I'm going to go through exactly the same thing as I did already. Going through all that stuff with them where they just mess up and stuff like that, it's a lot. Do you see what I'm saying? I have to go through that. You know, here's the thing. I'm not doing any of this for some pity's sake, or because you know what I'm saying. It's not at all. The reasons why I started to really, the more that I think about it, and more reasons for doing this is because I have to share what's going on with me, because I'm not that special that it can't happen to anybody else. Do you understand what I'm saying? And the truth of the matter is, I have to let people know what is going on over there at the other hospitals since that break, since they moved. You get no apology, and you know something? Yesterday I saw my consultant, the one that said send her home with that fever, and you know, I couldn't even look at him. I couldn't even look at him. The team were they were all standing there, and I think I was just looking at my phone. I couldn't look at him, because all I'm thinking in my head is, you're the same one that you was ready to send me home for dead. You was going to send me home for dead. You was going to send me home for dead. How can I look at you? And then he had the cheek to turn around and say, oh, when did you come here again? You know, even when he said that, I didn't even respond. I let him say whatever, and I just went, Says, do you have anything to say? I just went like that. I have nothing to say, because you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear what I have to say. So, I'm happy to, so that video, that I just showed, I'm going to try to attach it to that anyway. That previous video that I showed, that's of the hospital that we're in, shows you the where we go for appointments. And remember, this is way out my way. A lot of people don't live near here, you know. But it just seems a bit odd that you've got, can you imagine that you've got, you know, you've got your patients that really should be going to that one hospital, you know what I'm saying? No one thinks about the mess they leave behind. And it is just that, a mess. It's a bloody mess. And you know, it's funny because, you know, some platforms I can't upload certain videos because of, I don't know, because of the content. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they're that horrific. It's not like bloody. It's all fake. It's staged. But I'm making a serious statement. I don't understand what's the difference with me showing that than someone giving birth, and you've seen blood. I don't understand. Or someone fighting or seeing the blood. So yeah. But either way, there's some of the videos I'm unable to upload on certain platforms. But however, I would still probably just talk about those, or try to put them somewhere else. So basically this is where I am, and we'll just see what goes from there. Do you know, I also wanted to quickly squeeze in the fact that, you know, I have no problem with the staff here, because I've known them for all these years, a ridiculous amount of years. I've grown with them practically. You know, you've known them so long, so you know them. They know you. You know, these are these people. You know, when they're doing whatever they're doing, you could go to sleep, because that's how much you trust them. That's how qualified they are. That's how much of an expert they are in what they're doing. They could be blindfolded and you feel completely at ease. You know, I looked at some of them when I came here and I said, dear Jesus, you know, years have gone on, time has passed, and they just look tired. They just look overworked, overrun, like usual. Just like usual, overrun. It's not like there's a full house here. It's not like completely full up. It looks like there's some on the certain days I can see some empty bits and pieces. Do you see what I'm saying? I can see some empty bits and pieces. But you can look at some of them ones that I've known for a long time, and we're just like, you know, greeting each other, and I'm thinking, raw. Look at the heaviness that's on them, and they've just got, and just like me going along with it, and other patients, like I was saying, it's also them. It's also them. So I think about them. I care about them. You know, even when they moved over, you know, just lastminute.com sort of thing. Some of them, you know, some of these nurses come all the way from, like, say they're based in Harrow. That's where they're based, in a nursing quarters, or some of them are even further. So some of them couldn't make this exchange. So they've got no choice, but they're forced to stay at the other hospital and just do whatever shifts they can do somewhere else in that hospital. Can you imagine that kind of way? That's how you treat your own, St. Mark's. That's even how you treat your own. So what makes us patients any special if that's how you treat your own staff? Huh? You can look at them and see they're overrun and overworked. They do everything. You haven't even got, can you imagine all the money that they get donated? Can you imagine? You're trying to tell me St. Mark's can't even afford to have like separate somebody to man the phones, like I've said before. But the poor staff, in between whatever they're doing, they're still running around to the phones as well. How does that even make sense? Hence to why I said the other day, whoever's at the top, they never meet, do they? They never meet. And up there, they never seem to give a shit about what goes on down there. But which strikes me odd, because the fact of the matter is we started down there, and then you grew to the top. But up there, they don't give a shit about what goes on down there. You couldn't give a shit. It's just a complete mess since you moved, St. Mark's. It's the worst thing you could have ever done for your patients and for your staff. It's the worst thing you could have ever done. I tell you, when you've got all these big panels and all these big events going on, I don't see these bloody staff here that's actually on the ward. I don't see their names up in lights. I don't see them there receiving awards. Where's theirs? What, a little yearly event, I don't know, a little Christmas dinner? Where's theirs? It's a damn cheek. And it's so personal what they put in. You can't do this kind of nursing. It's not any kind of nursing. It's so personal, isn't it? With patients that live with intestinal failure, so it's very personal. They know their patients. They get to know them. They've known them for years, decades. Some watch them live, watch them die, perhaps. So it's personal, isn't it? So anything that I'm fighting for or battling about, it's not just for patients and for myself, it's also about them, which I will talk about on other videos too. The treatment of them too. The treatment of them by their own. So it's bad enough how we get treated as patients, or not be getting treated, do you know what I mean? But it's also on the inside too. So yeah, that's going to be that bit for now.